say anything. Where is everything? It's coming up. Hold on. It's going to take me about 20 seconds.
Tell you something, brother.
Well, the good thing is people will know that we're going live while I do this. And then they'll say, oh, Rich and Dave, I know those guys. And then they'll see that we're live. Shh, shh, shh. Oh, there it is. I just went off of it. Go, go, go. Your mother's got 2 hips. All right, here we go.
Spelled goodbye
Also
wrong.
having lunch. The passenger.
What?
You spelled goodbye wrong in the name.
I did?
Yeah.
How did I spell it?
You forgot the E on the end.
That's okay. I'll fix it.
Okay.
Here's the music. We're coming. We got people. Come on, everybody! Yeah! Here's me. There's us. Turn that off. There we go. Now we're live, officially. Well, we were. The music was playing. Dave, what do you say there?
I'm just happy to be here right now. I'm excited about this. Feeling good. Feeling fine.
It's
Still wide awake.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Saturday night into Sunday morning. Just did the last show on Spaced Out Radio. So Dave and I were chatting, and he's like, so what do you want? You want to go live? I'm like, I don't know. Well, yeah, why not? So that's what we're doing. It was a little more exciting than that conversation, but
not much.
I said a little. But I got my nose. I got nose. Hey, Rich. Jaime.
I got my Pepsi. Jaime.
I don't do no Pepsi. Pepsi is for ladies. Jaime, that's Dave Scott. Don't talk to him like that. Hey, Rich, nose. It'll make you have hair on your hair. I can't do his voice tonight. I don't know what's wrong with Jaime. Where'd he go? Yeah, see, I can't do him. Oh, you blurred your background. Yeah, that's cool, right? I like how Skype does that.
I can change that if you want.
No, I love it. I think it's better.
Sure?
Yeah, I did an interview with Alien Addict, and it's going to be coming out in the next day or so, and I blurred my background. I think that's a great effect.
You're a blurred background kind of guy.
I am a blurred background type of guy. There's nobody here right now. Nobody.
I know.
Nobody knows.
Like, people are going to be surprised. You know what? Let's just see who trickles in. There's 6 watching.
Oh, I'm
going to
see
give a thumbs
3.
up to this. I got 5 now.
Yeah, it's going to be, unless we're not live, unless something happened. Usually I have people telling me. You see it?
You know what? I had to go out, and then I had to reload my YouTube because the other page was still showing that we were on in like 71 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it still shows that. I don't know why that is. It used to be you could be in the advertising room and the show would start there, so you didn't have to leave. But now YouTube changed it, and it doesn't show them online. Hold on, let me double check the live control. We may not be. Now, there is 5
I'm
people.
watching us on YouTube.
Oh,
I'm watching us on YouTube. Yeah.
See, it's telling me we're not. Oh, yeah. No, we're not. Yeah,
Then how
I guess
am I
we
watching
are.
it on my computer?
Yeah, it's weird. It shows me that my own show isn't live, and I'm on there.
And Mario Heat is in the chat room.
Wait a minute.
Ma!
Now it shows something completely different. I don't understand what happens. I'm going to get rid of this because it's making me nervous. There we go. Yeah, now people are starting to trickle in. I guess the moon and the Earth are the same size. Is that what it says? That can't be. That's not what it says. Is that, Dave, what is it? All right, I know it doesn't say that. That was the name of Richie from Boston.
I got Goodbye Spaced Out Radio's Saturday night. Hello, GUFON World.
Yeah, that's right.
6.
Okay, it is working.
6 people are watching. Yeah.
All right, that'll get up to 8. That can't be. That's not what it says. See? Is that
totally
Dave,
what it says?
All right, I know it doesn't say that. That was the name of that was me. Richie from Boston.
I got Goodbye Spaced Out Radio's
Hold on.
Saturday night. Hello, GUFON World.
All right. I hate that. All right, let me get rid of it. Let me just clear this. All right. So, yeah, Dave and I decided to just hang out a little further. We can't pull it. You can't pull us apart is what we're saying. We're going to stay up.
Nah.
No? No?
Nah. No, you can't pull us apart.
I thought I saw
We're like an NXX song.
In excess? Oh, never tear us apart.
It's apart. Dun, dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. Doobie-dee.
For 1,000 years.
Hold on a second. Somebody just super chatted me up. Oh my God, dude.
What?
That guy who gave me the $250
Yeah?
gave another 100.
Are you serious? That's awesome. Well deserved. Well deserved.
Wow. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. He did. Oh my God, Dave. Oh, I just got goosebumps.
I don't see it on this stream. Where that? How come I don't get to see that?
I get a mini feed on OBS.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm trying to show you guys.
I'm going to give you a clap for that. That's well deserved.
He snuck in another.
Deserved.
He snuck in another 350 bucks. Why, man? I mean, it's
that
beautiful.
Is well deserved.
It's beautiful.
Well deserved.
And I don't know how to thank the guy officially with an email. And I want to do that. I'll find him next show.
You find him. You find him. You go, Richie G.
The guy. I got to get the guy a T-shirt now. Right? Don't I have to do that? Hey, B. Baker.
Yeah, you definitely.
Sorry. Yeah, I definitely do. My allergies have been so bad this year. We had a lot of rain in Arizona over the winter, and it's just blooming like crazy fire. Crazy fire? Yeah, crazy fire. You've seen it. It attacks people. They burn to death. I don't know about these Admiral Wilson files, Dave. I like the story that Puthoff said that it's an ongoing operation.
Mm-hmm.
But what if he was just saying it to be a wise guy? You know how people say it's an ongoing operation, all right? Leave me alone. He's not that type of guy, is he?
I don't know. I've never talked to him. I've never had the opportunity because, they don't talk to alternative media. But I'm like you. I have a real tough time buying it. It's not that I don't trust Michael W. Hall's word or Grant Cameron's word, but to me, they haven't. There always seems to be a smokescreen. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
There always seems to be a smokescreen. There always seems to be an agenda. There always seems to be something that is just out of the hands of the real public story. And do I trust it? No, not at all. And I don't think any of us should. They haven't, you have to earn trust. Whether you're running a radio show, whether you're doing research or whatever. You have to earn that trust. And I have to say, in what I have seen from TTSA and what I've seen from other groups out there, I just have a tough time trusting anything that is said. The only guy I really trust in all of this, Rich, and I don't know how you feel about it, you'll probably disagree with me, and that's okay. The only guy I trust through all of this is Lou Elizondo. I know that may sound weird and it's weird, I'm Dutch, right? But
no,
not weird.
It doesn't. Let me tell you, I give Lou Elizondo a hard time because he looks like a bully to me. But other than that, I really don't have any evidence to say the guy's done any crappy things. But I guess he's just like everybody else. But why would you believe him? Of all, I know you don't know him, but why? Why does he ring truth to you?
Excuse me. To me, it's his body language. It's the way he talks. It's the way he carries himself. He carries himself very professionally. Okay, he carries himself very cordial. He tells you what he can, tells you what he can't. I don't think he probably did his homework on this group. I think when he left, he thought it was probably going to be a little bit more open. I've talked to people who have had lengthy private conversations with him, and from all intents and purposes, from what I've heard, is he's a very good guy, very serious though, very serious about his job, takes a lot of pride in what he does. And I think that he is somebody who really wants to bring this out, but he knows that there are major roadblocks that are in front of him and that he'll never be able to break through, unfortunately. So he's just going to do his best that he can. And, he's the best we got. We have to put faith in that. It may not be the most comfortable place to put our faith in ufology, but realistically, he's the best we got. And right now,
he might be. He's the guy who can get closer than anybody. That's for sure.
Absolutely, he can.
But his job is, and I've said this. B. Baker just reminded me of it. He was trained to be a liar. He's a counterintelligence guy.
They all are.
But I don't think
they all are, though.
I know. When he did Unidentified, and I was surprised to see it on episode 4. The reason I remember it, because it really hit home for me when he said he was talking to his higher ups. And they didn't have to put this in the show, but they did. And I was surprised they did. When he was asking, okay, I want to go investigate this, that, and the other thing, it can get me a little closer. And the guy says, are you kidding? You're messing with demons. Whoa. And that's when he decided it was time for him to hit the road. You can't argue with somebody whose beliefs are that strong that they think aliens are demons. That's when he left A-Tip. Maybe he might be the best guy we got, but he's not going to get any further.
I don't know. We don't know, Rich.
I know.
We really don't know.
But,
we really don't know. So.
But for them to put that on the show, on Unidentified, I thought, to me, I don't know why, but that seemed like a real important thing that was brought up on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never heard it put
absolutely.
that. I've heard in chat rooms and things like, the aliens are demons. I never heard anybody say my higher ups in the government in official capacity told me it's demons. Isn't that just blows me away? How can it not? I don't see why nobody else has run with this story. I think it's just amazing. And that's why it was in the show. And I think
But does that, Rich, does that fall under the whole threat category and the idea that they've put this all under a threat in order to maybe scare people? I mean, a threat can be anything. I realize that, okay? Especially when it comes to national security and airspace and so on and so forth. but is it really a threat that we're dealing with, or are they? See, I look at that when they bring in the demons, or Tom DeLonge tells us we got to put nuclear weapons in space, and because it's going to end up being one of those scenarios where the aliens are going to come down and they're going to invade. I don't buy that stuff. To me, that's just fear mongering. Do you think it's just fear mongering?
No, I kind of don't. Well, I really don't know. Let me just tell you that right off the bat. But I would like to think, because I believe there are aliens around already here with us. Wherever they came from, I don't know. I just, yeah, I kind of believe that maybe something is going to happen, or they're getting wind of something. Let's just say it's true. And he just gets little tidbits of information. So in his mind, and also ATIP was because of that, a threat in our airspace, right? Wasn't that what it was for? That's why they were watching these UFOs, and that's why they can't go public with it, because they're afraid it could be a threat. That's what makes sense to me. That's what makes sense to me, is that they don't know, and what they don't know threatens everything they know. You know what I mean? You capiche? Yeah, it's the devil. That's why you stay where you work, because the devil you know, then better than the devil you don't know, and they don't know that devil that's out there. So it's a threat until they know. Everything's a threat until you know. Hey, look at that asteroid. It's heading towards Earth, right? It's a threat right now. But we're going to blow it out of the sky. Now it's not a threat anymore. Maybe that's what's going to happen. They're going to have a fake alien invasion. We were supposed to talk about that with Michael Schratt. We meant to talk about it. We never got to it. About this false flag alien invasion. Maybe they're setting that up and using Tom DeLonge for that. I want to thank Third Phase of Moon for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. That's crazy. You guys are nuts. Welcome to the show. Well, do you think it's a threat?
No.
My voice went really high. No. That's how you know I'm serious.
Well, look at it. How about this statistic? Right after the To the Stars Academy on October 11th, 2017, held their pressless press conference, Tom DeLonge contacted Renario Hernandez from the Free Experiencers group that Dr. Edgar Mitchell set up. And if you read the statistics, and I'm going to paraphrase them right now, 84% of all people who took that experiencers I don't want to call it a test. Survey. Thank you. Said that 84% of the people said that their ET experiences were okay.
What do you mean?
They weren't negative. They weren't evil. They would want, and I think it was 82% said that they would like it to happen again. And here's the interesting thing about that, Rich, is Tom DeLonge contacted Renario Hernandez shortly after the official announcement of TTSA, asking to buy those statistics.
Oh, wow.
Well, why would a guy who is coming out on the entire threat narrative want to buy up statistics that show that people are having positive ET contact? Doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah, why wouldn't he? Well, what comes with those statistics? Does it give their name, address, and phone number as well?
I don't think so, but who knows?
I mean, statistics, to me, that would just be like, who gives a crap? It's numbers. But if it's statistics with where people live, the time of their sighting, like Bigelow did when he bought up all those websites with all that confidential information.
Absolutely. Like Brian Vike. I mean, you know who Brian Vike is.
HBCC UFO.
Yeah. I remember in 2015, I emailed Brian Vike asking him to come on the show. He said, I would love to, but I'm no longer in that game. And plus my health doesn't allow me. Good luck to you. Hopefully you find somebody who you can talk to, because I wanted to talk about UFOs in BC and Canada. And I never thought anything about it. I put that way back in the storage tank, way in behind, and went from there. And then all of a sudden, when it started coming out about Bigelow getting the 21 million from the bank. And there was and I don't usually read above top secret, but they had this article, this like 35-page article, or 35 different articles all strewn together,
right,
on Bigelow and his purchases and everything in between. And he ended up saying that Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike. And I went on the website for UFO BC. Hold on,
HBCCUFO.org.
UFO.org, and you go and read the about page, and it says Bass on there. To this day, it still says Bass on there. So I want to know, when they bought that website, I would love to know if Brian Vike sold all that information, that private information, to people, right? And how much did he make? I heard two numbers, and I don't know which one to believe. I heard he sold it for just under $1,000 because his health was going, and that he wasn't making any money off of it, and was just tired and done. And I also heard that they got everything, including all the names, phone numbers, reports, everything, for like $100,000 to $150,000. Now, $150,000, somebody's going to walk away very quietly. You know what I'm saying, Rich?
I would have.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I would have, for that kind of money. But you know what? When I met Brian Vike in 2004, he was already on the way out. So 10 years later, when Bigelow came around, it would make sense that Brian Vike would do it was quitting and would give it up or sell it. Probably $1,000. If I know Brian Vike like I think I know Brian Vike, I think it's a $10,000 number if there were any numbers involved.
Yeah,
because he wasn't about the money. And by the way, he was the largest UFO website, I think, in North America.
Yeah, he was doing very well.
Very well. And then UFO Facebook was right behind, and then I came along. And it's very interesting.
But I would like to know, because in that sale, I'm going to bring it up here. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, good, because I'll tell you, Brian Vike, he took a lot of reports from anywhere, didn't vet them. If it looked good, he posted it, because I know he did it with mine. And there was no, let me analyze this, have a guy look at it, that. There was never anything. Actually, none of these guys do that. Well, they never used to. Now it's all on YouTube. But
this is what the About Us says at hbccufo.org.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it goes, hbccufo.org research was founded in 2002 by Brian Vike. hbccufo.org research website has processed thousands of sightings reports from North America and around the world. Through Brian's hard work and networking, hbccufo.org research became a very highly significant force in UAP reporting. Brian Vike and hbccufo.org research have maintained a consistent record of excellence over the years, which was evident in the very high traffic his website received. And we, the new management, BASS, which stands for Bigelow Advanced Aerospace Space Systems, are committed to upholding this successful tradition. We are ready to receive new cases. hbccufo.org research will continue the tradition of maintaining eyewitness contact information confidential. We will not give your contact information to third parties. Last updated Tuesday, the 6th of July, 2010 at 2041 Zulu.
Sounds about right.
So,
but
the question is, one of the questions I have is, did Brian Vike contact all of those people who were on, who had given reports previously?
No.
Did he contact those people to let them know that their confidential information was now going to be sold to Bigelow Aerospace?
I could tell you, no, he didn't, because I did not get a call. My stuff's in there for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And that stinks, man. When that first happened, hasn't it? It's been a year already since that's happened, right? A little longer. Almost 2 years since Bigelow bought that stuff.
Oh no, he bought that in 20. He bought Vikes information, from what I heard, when he got the cash from Harry Reid to set up when he got the 21 million or 24 million, whatever it was, from the U.S. government to look into UFOs. That's when he started buying up the websites. That's where he bought into MUFON. That's where he started trying to get as many files as possible.
So he did it from MUFON, did it with Brian. Do you know any other sites? Did he get?
Those are the only ones that I have been able to track down.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I would like to know where that's been, what's come of that since that's happened. Has anybody been contacted by a Bigelow organization? I haven't heard anybody coming out saying that.
No.
You think it would have happened by now?
No. Well, I mean, this fast forwards to TTSA, and one of the criticisms that I have.
Okay.
All right. They raised 2.2 million or something like that through their crowdfunding.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Who's funding them
now?
Now.
Well, I would assume
the television show would have cost a lot.
Yeah.
In order to do it, because they sold the production to History Channel. All right. It
came from
not
that
that
money.
I'm a fat. Okay, but here's the thing. You look at the suits those guys are wearing. Outside of Chris Mellon and Tom DeLonge, Elizondo once made a comment about how little his government job paid him.
Yeah.
Yet you look at the suits that dude is wearing. He's a big boy. Okay? That's not going to the Shop and Save suit company where you're getting 2 for 1 for $150 or $200. You know what I'm saying?
I'll have to take a look. You know what? I thought his suits looked a little tight fitting, so I'm going to have to look and see what kind of fabric stretching out there.
No, I know that sounds really weird. It's a weird comment, okay? Mellon you can understand because he comes from billions.
Okay.
Okay, the Mellon family is extremely wealthy. DeLonge is wealthy, not extremely, but he's worth $45-50 million.
Oh my God!
From his Blink 182 days.
Really? I thought he was broke.
Oh yeah. No, not even close.
Okay, I heard he went bankrupt or something. Yeah, I could be wrong. I usually am. What are you doing? Typing somebody?
No, I just got a message sent to me.
Right.
So anyways, so when you look at people like Hal Puthoff and Jim Semivan, Steve Justice, who was making probably a pretty penny running the Lockheed Skunk Works, things like that. All right. There's not a lot of other millionaires on there. Probably the lowest paid through them all has been Elizondo.
Right. But if I was going to be in the public eye, I would spend $500 on a suit. So I don't think it's that out of line for Elizondo to spend $1,000 on a suit. I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
Could be.
But it doesn't, you know what it doesn't do? It doesn't give me like he's in it with me. You know, it feels like he's in this to do something else. I don't know. What the hell? Anytime I see somebody who's in ufology wearing nice suits like that, I'm thinking this guy's in it for the money immediately. But with him, you can't say that. I don't think you can.
No.
I don't think you can say that about Lou Elizondo. I'll admit that.
Okay, so who's paying these guys?
That was
these
the original
guys,
question, yeah.
All right, so here, if you think about it, let's say each of them is getting $100,000 a year.
Okay.
You have
2 grand
12
a week.
members.
Yeah.
Okay, you have 12 members on the TTSA. I'm just bringing their website up, so
Right, so it's
please bear with me.
$1.2 million if you paid everybody $100,000, which we know that's
All
not
right,
happening.
they had to pay for their show,
which was probably what, a couple hundred, maybe $500,000,
maybe more.
6 episodes. It didn't seem like they did a lot of, graphics and shit like that. It seems like it was done efficiently.
So they have the TTSA has 4, 8, 12,
Although
16.
they did go to Italy.
18 people.
Okay.
They have 18 people on the payroll. So let's just say, for shits and giggles, because he's a multi-billionaire, Chris Mellon says, look, I'm just in this for the cause right now. That's still 17 people that you have to pay and keep a daily staff, plus their offices. If you look at their offices, they're in a good area. They're not at the at the median level street corner trying to have a nice view of a park somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So rent is expensive.
Oh.
Yeah. Lease, whatever.
Okay. So when you add it all up, you're running a staff. You have secretaries. You have everything. Attorneys, retail associates, art directors.
That's true.
All right. This $2.1 million or $2.2 million is going to get eaten up very, very fast.
Yeah.
And we haven't got into the research yet after the freebie deal the U.S. Army just gave them.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I agree.
So,
yeah.
So the big question is, who's funding them? Is it Bigelow? That's who I think it is. Bigelow always has a hand in something. Is it John Podesta? He's a UFO guy. I'll tell you, I don't think Tom DeLonge's book, Secret Machines, has, or the Bob Lazar book has sold enough copies to make the monthly bill payments on the hydro and the internet.
No. Yeah, that's interesting. I would have to say, because he's a billionaire, is that it's Bigelow. That's what makes sense to me, because he's been in it the whole time. Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't he?
Absolutely, I think it's Bigelow.
Well, who else could it be?
Okay, so you look at it here, all right? If you look at the team, okay, Semivans worked for Bigelow. Puthoff has worked for Bigelow. Steve Justice comes from the Defense Department, which is Black Ops. Elizondo allegedly worked for Bigelow at Skinwalker for a little bit. All right, now some of the names have changed. Chris Mellon has worked with Bigelow. All right, there's a couple more. There's a couple more, right?
Yeah.
The names just seem to rotate, right?
Yeah, I can only say it's Bigelow. I wouldn't know anybody else unless Mellon's paying for it with his billion.
Could be, but that's family money.
Yeah, well.
Right? Bigelow, don't forget, I mean, how many trillions a year go missing in Black Ops that they can't find?
It's a ridiculous amount of money.
Exactly. And the beautiful part is, if you're hiding money in a lot of these private corporations like Bigelow Aerospace, you don't need to show it. You don't need to have record of it. And it's exempt from FOIA requests. That's why we never learned anything about ATIP, because all of that $24 million was sent out privately by Harry Reid to Bigelow, which means that it was exempt from any FOIA. That's why it never came up on the books.
Yeah. I was just thinking outside the box, and I don't know how far outside, but do you think Elon Musk could have his hand in it?
Could be.
But that would come back to get him. I think that he would, because if he shows his books every year, which I'm sure he does, the public wants to know if he's paying his taxes. I'm sure he would have to account for that money, but I'm sure he could hide it in offshore funds or in space. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of Hal Puthoff, the Wilson Files, and Michael W. Hall.
Could be. Could be. I mean, everybody has a tie to Bigelow in this game. Eric Davis does, and you heard Michael W. Hall talk about that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a lot of money. So the question is, I mean, I don't see DeLong funding this on his own. I don't even buy the story that he's the one who put this team together. I think they let him believe that, but they laid the seeds for him to pick them up.
Well, why can't it just be they put the team together, the guy was interested and gave them an idea. Look, I'll be the front man for this thing. Let me do it. I can get the younger generation. You need the younger generation, right? Yeah? Well, I'm Blink-182. Let me do it. I love UFOs.
That's exactly it.
That's all that happened. That's how it happened.
That's exactly it. Exactly.
He didn't walk into the Pentagon one day and say, I got an idea, guys. Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
I'm Blink-182 DeLong. Oh, yeah, come on in. It doesn't happen like that. What's interesting is that he's actually involved. I don't even know how that even how does that even happen?
Well, from what I heard from some good sources close to TTSA,
yeah,
after his little snafu on the Joe Rogan program, you notice that DeLong went silent on social media about the topic. And from what I heard from my good sources close to them, he was at, I think there was 4 board members that were ready to quit after that, like had their resignations in hand in an emergency board meeting. And Tom basically got down on his knees and apologized and begged them to stay.
Wow.
Now for the record here, you know, some of the TTSA guys are going to, the fanboys and girls are going to watch this and they're going to say, that's not what happened, Dave. That's not what happened. It's called paraphrasing. All right. We're not putting words in people's mouths. We're not going to take a small little sentence and make a mountain out of a molehill. It's called paraphrasing. That's it. I think we need to clarify that.
Done. Duly noted. Duly noted. So what about these 300 satellites that Elon Musk wants to put up in space to give the world the internet? Have you heard about it?
I hope so, because I'd sure as hell like to go into the bush around here and be able to get internet, and cell phone action.
There's got to be a joke in there somewhere. No
I know.
doubt. Yeah, right? Like they're going to need it down in Botswana, I'm sure.
Exactly.
We can't find any food, but the Wi-Fi's phenomenal.
I'm sure that's going to help those lost tribes in the jungles of Brazil.
I know.
That are not even allowed human contact. It's illegal to make contact with them. I think imagine what they're going to do being able to play Minecraft on their new high-speed internet.
Oh, they're going to think it's sorcery. They'll pray to it every night. They'll probably hit their favorite song. I wish I knew the name of the song. Never mind. I got lost. But
could you imagine?
Yeah.
Could you imagine being one in one of those tribes and seeing the internet for the first time, and you're like watching YouTube videos, or you're watching NFL football or NHL hockey, and you're looking at this and you're like, what the heck is going on? That would scare the daylights out of you. Imagine them seeing a Ron Popeil infomercial or Vince from Slap Chop.
They'd all go broke on the Home Shopping Network.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Keep Amazon away from them.
Right.
Keep Amazon away from the Amazon.
The drones are dropping kitchen utensils and shit.
Oh yeah.
I think you brought something up I'd like to ask you. You didn't even know it. You just gave me an idea. I'm going to ask you this. What, and I know what my answer is, so I'll give mine after you give yours. In your lifetime, What is the one thing that really made, like technology-wise, that really made you say, holy mackerel, how does this work? What was that for you? Was it phonograph or was it a tape player? I mean, was it, I don't know. I can't think of anything, although I know my answer. Anything?
Podcasting. I know that sounds weird, but podcasting.
Wow.
When I left radio in 2007, when I signed off the air for the final time at 10:47 p.m. on July 4th, 2007, I walked away